But we cannot allow the president seemingly saying it's fine if somebody sings Kill the Boer.
When did President Cyril Ramaphosa say that it's fine that someone sings that?
I said seemingly.
Yeah, but that's wrong. And you see, that's precisely the problem, Kali, is you use words like that to the Trump administration to create this disinformation campaign, and that's where the problem is. Oh, seemingly the president is okay with someone saying kill the Boer. But you know he's not. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he said it.
The leader of the Afriforum, Kyle Krill, was lambasted by the SABC News journalist Clement and on Face the Nation show for spreading misinformation and the US government, particularly the Trump administration. This follows after the US decided to cut funding that was allocated to PEPFAR for HIV and AIDS prevention permanently. Speaking on SABC News, Krill stated that he was aware that the US just cut off the funding permanently, and they are concerned about South Africa, particularly the African National Congress leaders and President Ramaphosa for attacking the US government. Also, by choosing to side with countries like Iran and disrespecting the property right, including fight against the rights of the white Afrikaners. He further stated that the blame should be on the president and the ANC, and they should take full responsibilities of what has transpired. The reason why the US cut those fundings is all on the ANC government. They are now looking for a scapegoat for this, and Afriforum is definitely not going to fall for that. It's not them who signed land expropriation without compensation, the NHI bill, and BELA Act. It's not them who were photographed with the then president of the Iran. It's also not them refusing to reprimand or charge the leader of the economic freedom fighters, the CIC Julius Malema, who sings Kill the Boer. Manyathela didn't hold back and said, but it's them that they are busy creating impressions that the Afrikaner is being persecuted here in South Africa, and they want US businesses to meddle and interfere with the laws of South Africa. Their actions have not assisted in any how. Krill dismissed those allegations and said that they are at least trying to salvage the situation. They actually had a meeting with the Congress, and they were told in that meeting that they have been monitoring South Africa for a number of years under Biden administration. It's not Afriforum who's spreading false information. The Congress is also aware of Malema's famous song, Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer, and they were busy dealing with issues such as reviewing or revising to cut the ties with South Africa. Their main objective is to urge United States of America not to cut the AGOA, and they were told that AGOA acquires parties involved to respect property rights, respect human rights, and not to act in any manner that doesn't serve the interest of the US. South Africa shouldn't be in entanglement with the US enemies, trying to pick up a fight with them. Cyril Ramaphosa should have never signed the Land Expropriation Act without compensation. The message that they are spreading in the US is that South Africa shouldn't be punished because South Africans are not responsible for this. It's the African National Congress that is causing this havoc. Clement asked him to highlight the human rights violation against Afrikaners. Krill responded and said they are attacking the cultural existence of Afrikaners. They don't have traditional leaders who their culture can thrive under them, and BELA Act is a direct attack on their African schools. Manyathela pressed Krill about BELA Act and asked if he can specify which part of the BELA Act that speaks specifically about the Afrikaans language, because BELA Act deals with a number of different languages. The Afriforum leader said that BELA Act doesn't speak about the implementation of other African languages, such as Afrikaans, and the Premier of Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, openly says in the public that there's no place for Afrikaans in South Africa. They know their intentions. BELA is a loaded gun for the Afrikaner community. Clement said that's not correct because there's nowhere where the Act stipulates anything about Afrikaans. In a matter of fact, language will determine the population of that area. Then they will decide which language is dominant. For example, if a school is located in a place where there's a lot of people who speak English, their school will teach in English. There's absolutely nowhere in the act that says we want to take away Afrikaans. Krill said maybe he needs to read the act again because it says where the broader educational district is. For an example, in Pretoria, they have 4 educational districts and Afrikaners are not more than 20%. In these districts, if they consider BELA Act, Pretoria won't learn Afrikaans in schools because they are not dominating in that area. Yet they never pressured any white schools that speak English. Clement challenged Krill and said if only 20% of Afrikaans speaking, why they should be given a priority to become official language in such cases, and 80% speak English, why they are so entitled. The leader of the Afriforum said no priorities taken here. He's basically saying English is fine, but there's places where Afrikaans is dominant. But at the same time, there's demographics where only 20% white Afrikaners and they don't want to change to other languages, and they tried to resolve that with the president but were snapped because not everyone speaks English in South Africa. Diversity is important. Manyatela said, is it really about diversity if his kids are not learning other African languages such as isiZulu or Pedi? He said his wife speaks Sepedi. She learned it in the university. Unfortunately, those programs were changed. They wanted the ANC to at least make 3 official languages, but the president ignored them, and he's prepared that his children can learn other languages as well. But unfortunately, Panyaza doesn't want his kids to learn Afrikaans. They just want to destroy their schools. Clement asked him why he doesn't respect South Africans' laws, because even South Africa doesn't interfere with the US foreign policies. Krill defended his stance and said that US funds South Africa, not the other way around, and it's the US that allowed them to be part of the AGOA. If South Africa doesn't respect property rights, they have the mandate to negotiate with the USA. He further stated that South Africa is also violating the human rights of Boers and said South Africa is torturing the Afrikaners, brutally killing them. He also ignored the stats that was presented by the SAPS and said they are lying. Manyatela stated that he must also include black employees who are brutally killed in the farms. Krill totally dismissed that and said he has a record to substantiate what he's saying. The journalist further stated that they are busy spreading misinformation. They only speak about white farmers. They don't include black workers that are working for them, that are being killed brutally. It's pure lies. He spoke to Mulder and he specifically said that they have a problem of rural crimes. They are spreading propaganda because they don't care about black workers that are murdered. They're exaggerating things and make it seem like South Africa is attacking white farmers. They are making things worse for South Africa in the USA. Krill kept on saying that Manyatela is disrespecting them because they also have their own stats with regards to this, but they are fine with Malema saying kill the Boers. He further stated that they are tired of hearing people saying that they are spreading misinformation. The journalist asked if they are so much under siege, why can't they take Trump's offer and relocate to the US? Krill stated that they wanna remain Afrikaners and they can only remain here in South Africa, and they are committed to the continent and people of South Africa. They are not committed to the ANC leaders and their behavior. They will fight for their right because they also have projects in rural communities. Krill was also caught red-handed, lying, saying Ramaphosa is fine with Malema saying kill the Boer. Clement called him out for lying and stated that they use words like that to lie to the Trump's administration. They are spreading propaganda. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.